And so at last it is the night before Christmas, that magical night when all is at peace with the world. Except in your house, where there's a mad last-minute scramble. A mince pie and cherry for Santa, a carrot for Rudolph, and evidence of Santa's magical visitation. You'd think our hard-arsed, grumpy old men would consider all this bloody nonsense. No. Turns out that far from being genetically programmed to be grumpy from birth, as they claim, it seems that as children our grumpy old men were peculiarly gullible.
I just woke up in the middle of the night and my mother was obviously putting the stocking on the door, and I swore when I woke up I could see a red arm reaching around the door, you know?
I actually thought I saw Father Christmas up in the sky. They told me that he sort of came in on a sort of sleigh sort of thing. And I thought I saw him once. I don't know whether I was freeloading at age 6. But I thought I saw Father Christmas. That's how good they were at sort of convincing you.
I remember the day that I was at school and I was talking, to a friend of mine who was about 4, 5 or 6, whatever age children are when they're that age. And he said, "There's no Father Christmas, And I said, "Yes, there is, because last year I got all these presents." He said, "No, but Father Christmas doesn't exist." And I said, "What do you mean Father Christmas doesn't exist?" I said, "It's your dad." And I didn't know whether to be really upset or really excited, the fact that my dad, every Christmas, got onto a sleigh and went around all the world and gave presents to all the boys and girls in the world.
Christmas morning, and now the ordeal really begins. You'd already had too much to drink last night, and Santa's sherry took you over the edge. So you look and feel like a rat's bum this morning. The kids wanted to get you up just after midnight, and you eventually compromised on the small hours of the morning.
The best thing about it is you clearly made life hell for your parents, because you'd sort of go to sleep and think, well, I've been in bed an hour now, must be time to get up and open my presents. So you'd go in and wake them up at about 2:30 in the morning. They'd send you away again. You'd come back at 4:30 in the morning.
Look, Santa's left little snowy footprints all across the floor. The kids come into the lounge. And they saw the pile of presents. They just went, boom, rip, 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 rip. Look at these little footprints, children. What? Yeah, rip, rip, rip. Next present. What's that? Yeah, next one. Rip, 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 rip.
You've told the kids to be especially enthusiastic about the present from Grandma, whatever it is. You're hoping it isn't another... Yes, it is. It's another 1,000-piece jigsaw. When what he really wanted was a Sega Mega Drive, or whatever they call it. You're hoping Grandma hasn't noticed his lack of enthusiasm and find yourself echoing and exaggerating his responses. "Oh, we'll have to play with that later, won't we, Tom? Hasn't Grandma been generous?"
I thought you'd like it, dear. I thought you'd like it.
The sort of raucous drift of paternity is the aim, to try and impose at least some order on gift opening, to say, look, it happens then, gifts are opened in order, it's adequately recorded who gave what, so that thank you letters can be written.
What are you looking for now, dear?
And then you face the ultimate challenge, your greatest acting role of the year. How to look grateful for what Santa has brought you.
Thank you, darling. Merry Christmas to you too.
One year we were sitting around and my mother passed this present across and it was unwrapped. It was a woolly hat. Very nice, woolly hat, it's middle of winter, but it was a bit muddy. And we said, "Why has it got mud all over it?" She said, "Oh, well, I found it on the towpath. And I thought you could use it. It'd be a nice present." It's like, "Oh, that's lovely, Mum. Thank you. Thank you for wrapping that up. That's really special thought."
I got socks, handkerchiefs. I got monogram handkerchiefs with a D on it from one of my sons a few years ago. And I said, "But this has got D on it." And he said they were in the sale.
I get a lot of shaving stuff, which is odd, I think, how long have people known me? We bought you an old-fashioned shaving mug. Oh, that's right. An old-fashioned shaving brush. Right. Whoa, what am I going to shave? My tongue or what,
The novelty sock is amusing on the day. I'm prepared to raise a smile. But of course, come the next day, or the next time you come to wear them, you're just a bit of a wanker, to be honest.
No to socks at Christmas. We should have a sock-free zone at Christmas 1 year, just no socks. See, let's just try it as a social experiment.
There was this fish that sang songs and sort of wiggled, called Billy the Bass, which I have to confess, the first time I saw it, I thought it was very funny. But because I'm in seafood, I've had Billy the Bass given to me about 10 times, and I don't know whether it's Larry, Lenny the lobster, and each time somebody thinks it's extraordinarily funny, I have to laugh because, you know, hey, it's a present for me.
There's certain people who have like a mantra that they use all the time. Every time I open a present, it would be, oh, you shouldn't have. You're so naughty, you shouldn't have. And I feel like saying, well, give it back then. I could do with the money, you know.
That has a historic precedent at that, because, you know, when Joseph and Mary get the frankincense and myrrh, they go, God, what the fuck is this? It's lovely. It's yeah, myrrh. I know it's myrrh. It's lovely because Joseph, I was just saying, wasn't I? You know, we haven't got any myrrh, have we? I hope we get some myrrh this Christmas, you know.
When did it become okay to give us novelty ties that we have to wear on Christmas Day whether we like it or not, and which in no circumstances would you or could you wear at any other time?
Lovely.
And who was the first person who decided it was all right to give us socks with impertinent logos and messages on the side? Or what could possibly be more festive than a Merry Christmas car valeting kit, complete with wax and windscreen wash? How the devil are you supposed to manage to look grateful for that? And worst of all, absolutely the worst thing of all, is that everybody thinks it's okay to give us items with miserable old bastard or old git written on them. And we have to put on that comic, grumpy old man face and pretend we've got a sense of humour. And what about buying presents for Grandad? Fact is that he'd been given everything he wanted by 1974. If you bought him a Ferrari, a Magnum of Krug and a lap dancer from Spearmint Rhino, it still wouldn't please him.
What do I do?
And the chances are, forgetting the many disappointments of the past, that you've actually gone to some trouble to buy something your partner might like. Despite all your experience and better judgment, you find yourself getting excited as she opens the wrapping paper. You watch her face carefully.
It's strawberry.
Does she like it?
So, yeah.
You'll probably never know. She's been faking it for years.
I think it probably is. Okay.
Yeah, she's not very good at disguising her indifference to the things that I've bought her. I mean, there have been some things that I just knew instantly that it was a mistake. The Japanese ceremonial sword was quite clear, because I mean, she wants practical stuff, and if I'd given her something like an adjustable spanner, she'd have been seriously pleased with that.
I did buy one wife a lawnmower once, which didn't go down very well, I must admit. But I sold it the next Christmas because I was with another wife by then.